Yo, what's up everybody? It's Yusuf Kella, and welcome back to my channel. For tonight's video, we're diving deep into the dark heart of abandoned asylums. Hold on tight because we're about to explore 3 terrifying true stories from asylums across the country, each more chilling than the last. Our journey begins at the infamous Ashwood Asylum, an institution so plagued by suffering that its name alone sends chills down spines. Built in 1910, Ashwood was a haven for the misunderstood and the unwanted, though its methods of care were anything but compassionate. Electroshock therapy, isolation chambers, and lobotomies were common practices. Yeah, they tried to cure the incurable with torture. But none of these horrors compare to the sinister tales surrounding Ward 13. Ward 13 wasn't just another section of the asylum. It was where the most dangerous and mentally disturbed patients were confined. Among them was Victor Kane, a man institutionalized for unspeakable crimes. We're talking about the kind of things that'll make your blood run cold. Victor was known for his unnatural strength and his violent, unrelenting nature. Staff feared him, and other patients refused to go near him, whispering his name like a curse. Then one stormy night, Victor managed to escape his restraints. Guards searched frantically, but the asylum's labyrinthine layout worked in Victor's favor. Days passed with no sign of him. Then one morning, a janitor discovered Victor's lifeless body in the basement boiler room. His face was frozen in a grotesque expression of terror. The cause of death? Unexplainable, as no wounds were found. Since that night, visitors and urban explorers, brave enough to enter Ashwood, report hearing guttural growls and metallic clanging echoing from the basement. Paranormal investigators have recorded chilling EVPs with one unforgettable message: "I see you." Our second story comes from Hollow Grove Asylum, a facility notorious for its inhumane conditions. Overcrowded wards and underqualified staff turned this asylum into a breeding ground for chaos. One figure, however, stood out among the staff: a nurse named Margaret Keene. Margaret was compassionate, a rarity in such a grim place. She was an angel in hell, trying to bring light into the darkness. She would bring small comforts to the patients, like smuggled candies or kind words. But over time, the asylum's horrors began to take their toll. Patients screamed through the night, treatments bordered on torture, and Margaret's once bright spirit dimmed. One evening, Margaret was found dead in her quarters. A scalpel lay beside her, and her throat was slit. The official cause of death was suicide, but whispers among the staff suggested otherwise. They knew Margaret wouldn't give up, not like that. Some believed Margaret had uncovered dark secrets about the asylum, secrets worth killing to protect. Years after Hollow Grove shut its doors, strange events began occurring near the nurses' station. Visitors report hearing faint weeping, followed by sharp, blood-curdling screams. A paranormal investigator once captured footage of a shadowy figure in a nurse's uniform standing at the station. As he approached, the figure seemed to dissolve into the air. One explorer described the overwhelming sense of sorrow, as if Margaret's anguish was imprinted on the very walls. Others swear they've heard her voice whisper, "Help them." Chapter 3. The Cursed Bell Tower. Our final tale comes from Black Ridge Asylum, an imposing structure with an eerie bell tower that once dominated the surrounding landscape. Built in the late 1800s, the asylum was a self-contained world, with its bell signaling mealtimes, curfews, and emergencies. But in 1925, the bell's chime took on a sinister reputation. It became a harbinger of death, a sound that chilled the very marrow. That year, a group of desperate patients attempted a mass escape. Chaos erupted, and several patients fled to the bell tower in search of refuge. They climbed the crumbling steps, their hearts pounding with a mix of hope and fear. Tragically, their escape ended in disaster. Guards cornered them, and in a moment of sheer terror, the patients leapt to their deaths. Their screams echoed through the tower, a symphony of despair that seemed to seep into the very stone. From that day on, the bell's tone changed. Townsfolk said it sounded heavier, more mournful, as though it carried the weight of those tragic deaths. Even after the asylum closed, locals reported hearing the bell toll at odd hours, even though it had long been decommissioned. Paranormal enthusiasts who ventured into the tower describe an oppressive atmosphere. Some hear faint whispers urging them to climb higher, while others feel a powerful urge to leap from the edge. One chilling account comes from a journalist who explored the tower for a feature article. As he reached the top, he claimed to hear a voice say, "You're next." When he turned around, he saw the faint outline of a figure standing by the bell, its face obscured. The experience left him shaken, and he abandoned his article entirely. Abandoned asylums aren't just relics of a grim medical past. They're repositories of untold sorrow, lingering pain, and perhaps something far more sinister. These places, they hold on to the energy of the past, the pain, the suffering. Would you dare to explore these haunted halls? Or would you leave the shadows and whispers undisturbed?